but something's got to be done on the outside where we got to find the source on the outside. A lot of times you'll see the really tiny ones.
Yeah.
They're fungus gnats. You'll see them after it rains in your lawn. And if you get a heavy rain, you'll see millions of them. But usually flies, the best way to take care of flies is by baiting and finding whatever is decaying that's attracting them. Because that's what, yeah.
I mean,
So, but you could put fly bait stations inside a barn. You could put them on the outside of the barn. They're very effective. We use them at restaurants for, pizza places that have the dumpster right at the back door. You know what I mean? So, well, there's liquids and then there's granules. I like the granules because they last longer.
There's a difference between fly baits and fly traps. We've used fly traps, which kind of attracts them, and then they end up in the bag in the water ground. Yeah. But what you're talking about is fly bait, they
eat it and they're dead.
They die.
Yeah.
Do you deal with mold?
Yes, it's very expensive.
that was a big sigh.
We got mold right there.
Moles are, the problem with moles is that you're sharing them with everybody.
Mold.
Yeah. So just because they're in your yard, they're in your neighbor's yard too. You know what I mean? There are baits you can use. Taliprid is one. You put it in the burrows, they eat it, it'll kill them.
I've tried the sound ones that you bury.
Yeah.
They really work.
Mole work is very iffy. We don't make any guarantees.
What's weird is that they come and go.
Yeah.
You know anything about that?
Well, you probably have a heavy grub population under the lawn.
That's what I was told. He said, my farmer friend said, you don't have a mole problem.
Grub problem, yeah. So GrubX is a good product. You could try that.
They seem to come and go.
But then, well, how often are you using the GrubX? Yeah. You got healthy soil, though. I mean, that's what that means, If
You
that's
spray the lawn, if you're talking about spraying the lawn for bugs, how long does it take before it's like resistant to water or rain or, especially like.
It depends on the product. It depends on the product, but what we use is usually lasts about 3 months. Depending on weather. If we're getting 4 inches of rain, it's not going to last that long.
How long does it have to be on before it's like resistant to
So,
rain? Like, let's say you did it today and it rains this afternoon, would that be all right?
As long as it has time to dry. But if you get a rainstorm for the next 2 days, it's going to be gone. So everything we use is water-based. So, as a matter of fact, a lot of the pesticides can't be applied 24 hours before or after rain, because then it ends up leaching into our soil and then into our drinking water, and then we all have cancer. Yeah. What's that?
The DEP mandates what these.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, if somebody finds a dead animal and they test it and it died from a pesticide, now there's a huge federal investigation of the whole area. They'll knock on people's doors. Who are you using? What's the material that killed the animal? And they'll find out who did it, and then you're in big trouble.
Right.
Non-target animal is minimum